Hi guys, I am happy that we are back on YouTube tonight, and I can tell you, after last night's debacle, yeah, we were gonna have the same problem again tonight, but guess what? Last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning, when I was still trying to figure out how to fix it, I found somebody in chat with my broadcast software, and that guy gave me a little workaround, and he said, oh, if we can't get it sorted out and you have the problem again, try this. So I'm like, okay. So that's what we're doing tonight. So some good came out of talking to a guy in chat at 1 a.m. Anyway, so some of you know we had some issues last night, some kind of API error with YouTube interface, and good grief, we couldn't live stream on here. I couldn't get the video uploaded, and finally it uploaded earlier today, and I guess they're still having problems, but we have a workaround, so life is good. Yay. I like that part. All right, guys, so let's take a look at what we have got up and running tonight. Let me get our spreadsheet geared up here. We always run through a few little informational things before we get started. So the first note you see on the screen there, of course, all my feedback on eBay is 100% automated, so you never have to wait on me to catch up on feedback. It seems like I'm always behind on things or always rushing and running. That way, you're going to instantly get it. As soon as you post positive for me, boom, you should literally instantly get it back. And as always, thank you to everyone who bids and breaks with me, and thank you for those of you who were involved in last night's mess where we had to go over to Breakers TV, and some of you bravely managed to follow me over there and hang out and chat with me, and the rest of you, of course, saw the video when it got uploaded today if you were in last night's breaks. What you see on the screen right now is a quick list of things that are upcoming for the next 5 days. All this stuff is already listed on eBay. Tomorrow night we do have a half case of encased football, and we haven't broken that in a few days, so it'll be nice to get back into that. We're also going to open a new case of Topps Heritage Baseball tomorrow night. Friday is some more autographed memorabilia, some more one-box breaks, and a full case of Select Basketball. That's its release day is Friday. On Saturday, of course, more autographed memorabilia, more one-box breaks, and the back half of the Donruss baseball case that we're going to start tonight. On Sunday, more of the same, autographed memorabilia, some one-box breaks, and the last of our Prestige basketball. That'll be the final 4 boxes out of the first case of Prestige basketball. And then Monday, again, some memorabilia, some one-box breaks, and then we're going to open a full case, a full 10-box inner case of Contenders Optic football on Monday night, and then we'll open some more Heritage baseball as well. So that's what it looks like for the 5 days upcoming, which then brings us to taking a look at tonight. So we only have one break tonight that is a free shipping break. That is the autographed football jersey. We're actually going to be breaking that first. And look for that to ship approximately Monday. Anytime you bid on something that has a completely free shipping option, then it's going to go out about 5 or 6 days after the auction ends. If you're in this break or actually in any of the breaks tonight, please take a moment to review the shipping information. You'll see on our paid shipping breaks. Those are expected to go out on Saturday. Everything is always plus or minus a day. If I can get it out sooner, I will. Occasionally it slides a day later. And then also take note there, if your team is not pulled in a break and you hit nothing at all, you're still entitled to a consolation card. There is information there on the screen about when that usually ships and how that works. And you will also find more details about that in the listing description on eBay. So first up, 2018 Hit Parade Series 1 autographed football jersey. This is the first break of a 2018 Hit Parade football jersey for us. And of course it ended tonight, March the 7th, and we're live streaming it tonight, March the 7th as well. It's early start tonight. We started at 9:30 because we're here. Donruss baseball is going to probably take us forever. And of course you will see team names are on the left and winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. So as we scroll down through there, now's your chance to get your mojo working and try to conjure up a jersey for your team. I'm going to take it off of autofocus. The background goes out of focus. Not to worry, you're going to be able to see everything just fine. And now in chat, I can see we have Petrella Family Adventures. Oh, and you paused bedtime stories to watch. I bet that made you not popular, right? Probably not. And then I see Bryce and, oh, Cameron and Jordan are watching with Petrella Family Adventures. Okay, so maybe that does make you popular then, because you got them watching too. So, all right, cool. It is truly a family adventure there for the Petrellas. And this looks kind of like the Rams. It is the Rams. And who is that? Is that Todd Gurley? Yeah, Todd Gurley for the Rams. And, well, since we may as well, this thing's sliding around everywhere in here. So our COA for this one is a Leaf Certificate of Authenticity, and that number on there is going to match this little number on that sticker. And there's Mr. Todd Gurley's signature on your jersey. So tonight we are headed to the Los Angeles Rams with the nice Todd Gurley hit. And I'm not going to take this whole thing out of here because, well, it's like a map. Once you unfold it, good luck ever getting it back the way it was. I thought that was maybe a stain on there, but now I don't think it is. I think it's just a little piece of something in there. So all good on the jerseys. So I guess then Cameron and Jordan are going to get back to their bedtime stories now. So guys, thank you for participating in that. I know many of you are taking off after the jersey. Some of you only do the memorabilia. So once again, for those of you who are taking off, thank you. I always appreciate you bidding and breaking with me. And this is going to bring us to today's hot release, which is Contenders Optic Football. And if you are in this break, once again, I'm expecting your stuff is going to ship on Saturday. And it is possible that you might not pull a card in this break because there's not a lot of cards per box. If that turns out to be the case with Contenders Optic, you are not going to have to wait on your consolation card. I'll actually be sending you something when the whole break ships. So if you miss out, you don't pull any cards at all, you're still going to get something as you know when the rest of the break ships, basically. So maybe you'll have another chance to have some luck. So this is 5 boxes because I got some loose boxes because that's how they awarded it to me. I've got the 2 10-box cases, and then they gave me half of another case that I had to split with somebody. So it is the loose boxes that we're opening tonight. And so this is a half case break. It's break number 1. It just came out tonight. And I am excited to see what we get in this because it looks like an awesome product. And I ordered a whole lot more than I got. I'll tell you that. I ordered 5 cases of it, and all they gave me was a case and a half, right? So I think everybody thought this looked like an awesome product because they rationed it, allocated it, whatever you'd like to call it, basically just said, no, you cannot have as much as you want. So we're supposed to find 2 autographs in each one of these boxes. One of them is supposed to be on card. And then I think there's some numbered parallels and stuff like that too. There was a little bit of this that went up on the Panini website today. And I was on there because I was going to try to get some more for us to break directly from Panini. And I was refreshing it pretty consistently. So I saw it instantly when it popped up, put it in my cart, already had everything ready to go. It was already logged in, ready to go. So, I mean, checkout was a matter of less than 5 seconds probably. And from the time I put it in my cart and the time I was hitting pay now, it went out of stock. It was crazy. So I think that one of these big places that sells online has, you know how they have those automated bots that will go through and say, for instance, buy all the floor seats for a concert and things like that. I think somebody had an automated bot set up to go buy all of this at Panini. And like, I'm not even kidding. I really think that's what happened. Because there is no way that that whole thing went out of stock in like 5 seconds. Even first off the line Prism basketball wasn't like that. So, I mean, that's just crazy. Somebody had something going on there. And excuse me for 1 second, guys. I got to get up and blow my nose because it's running and it's bugging me. Okay, that's better. Now, no more runny nose, and I did wash my hands, if you're wondering. In case you are. See, that's what mothers do. They wonder about whether or not you've washed your hands, right? All right, so first up we have the season ticket for Derek Carr. These are a little thicker than, of course, our ordinary contenders cards. And Aaron Jones, I'm going to say probably even a little bit thicker than Optic is normally. Our first hit is Corey Davis for the Titans, rookie ticket, hard signed. And behind that, we have a rookie ticket for the Patriots with Dietrich Wise Jr. That one is a sticker. So I'm a fan of this product so far. This is my first time getting a look at it as well. I went to the hobby shop today. My intention was to buy some boxes for myself to open so I could get a look and get a feel. And he didn't have any. So I was like, daggone it. And I had called him in the morning and he said he was getting some. But then I went and he didn't have any. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it came in later or what. But anyway, season ticket, Jared Goff for the Rams. That one is numbered to 199 in our red parallel. And then a legendary contenders, Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys, numbered 249. So yeah, this is this product is the hot product, I guess, but honestly, my orders never get cut back as much as this one did. I mean, sometimes I lose a little bit of what I ordered here or there, but I mean, this was like unprecedented. 5 cases down to 2 inner cases and a half of another was really not much. Melvin Gordon to 199 for the Chargers. And a Rookie of the Year contender, Kenny Golladay for the Lions. And that one is numbered to 99. And then we have a base season ticket for Khalil Mack with the Raiders. A base season ticket for the Falcons with Devonta Freeman. Ooh, O.J. Howard's coming up for the Bucks. Nice on card. Hard signed rookie ticket, O.J. Howard. Nice little hit for the Buccaneers. And then the Ravens with Tyus Bowser. That one is the sticker auto. So it's a nice mix of players so far. We're not seeing kind of the same players that we always see. I mean, some of them are, but some of them aren't. Garrett Bowles to 99 for the Broncos. And we have a round numbers coming up. And this is the Chiefs and the Cowboys. So you guys know how these work. It's numbered to 49. We'll have to look at the spreadsheet. If we have the same team owner for both teams, then no worries. If we don't, then that card will end up going to random to determine where it goes. Base season ticket, Brandon Marshall for the Giants. A base season ticket for the 49ers with Carlos Hyde. Oh, baby. Yeah. Mr. Leonard Fournette for the Jags to 25. Hard signed, Baboom. Yeah. Okay, that is nice. That is really, really nice. So somebody just had an awesome hit with the Fournette to 25. And I think it might be like a new, if I'm remembering right, that might even be a new user who joined eBay just like today or a couple days ago, recently anyway. Chad Kelly for the Broncos. This one is numbered to 75. That one is a sticker auto. So yeah, I'm liking this product, guys. I wish we had a whole lot more than what we do have, but it was really hard to get, so we're going to have to make do with what we have. So, of course, we are going to open the full 10-box case on, I think it's Monday night, and then we'll have another one we'll do later next week. This is to 199 Garrett Bowles for the Broncos. Another round numbers. This one, Broncos and the Niners. Same as before. We'll look at the spreadsheet, and if we have different team owners, we'll let random sort that one out for us. A season ticket, Jermaine Kersey for the Jets. Base season ticket, Kelvin Benjamin for the Bills. And the Bills are about to get a hit here with Nathan Peterman. And is this one numbered? Maybe I don't see a number on it. What I do see, though, is a little bit of an imperfection. See that little white down there? So there's some imperfection on that lower right corner on the back. So that is a kind of a base rookie ticket, hard signed for Nathan Peterman. That one wasn't numbered that I saw, unless I just crazily overlooked it. So I think that one is not. And the Bills are going to hit again out of the same pack, right? This is to 25, Zay Jones on the Rookie of the Year Contender Parallel. That one is the sticker auto. So if you had bought that box at retail and you were a Bills fan, you'd be super happy. If you bought that box at retail and you just bought, you know, had the whole box and you weren't a Bills fan, that would kind of been no fun. I like it better when they sort them a little better, but you know how it goes with that sort of thing. Green Bay Packers, Devontae Adams to 99. For the Raiders, we have a nice little Super Bowl contender here. And maybe that one is numbered to 49. Derek Carr, Super Bowl contender, Raiders. This is really a cool product. I like it very much. Base season ticket for the Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott. And of course, all these are, well, not all of them, but I guess most of them are refractors. And this is a base season ticket, Buck Allen for the Ravens. A redemption, we're going to set that aside for a hot second. Chad Hansen for the Jets, rookie ticket sticker auto. So our redemption is going to be for an on-card autograph, which we're going to flip it over and look at it here in a second. Just making sure Hansen wasn't numbered and doesn't appear to be. And you know what's going to happen here. I'll go to the checklist after we flip it over, even though we're most likely going to know who it is and where it goes. We'll find out what it's numbered to and verify it. Oh, it's C.J. Beathard, rookie ticket RPS autograph. So that's going to be for the 49ers. And then our question will be, what is this going to be numbered to? And that's what we're about to go find out. So let me get us to the right page here. And we'll have to go through our fun little drop-down menu. Wonder what they have this under. I wonder if this is under Donruss or under something else. I guess we're about to find out. Because it's not, well, it is Optic, but it's not Optic Contenders. So wonder if they're considering it Playoff. Yeah, Playoff Contenders Optic. Okay. Panini never makes it easy to figure out what you're doing. And I just had to make sure I had you on the same page I was on. Rookie ticket RPS autographs. Where are you down here, friend? All right, so it is an open edition. It's not going to be numbered, but of course we can at least verify that it is for the 49ers, which we kind of already knew, but now we know for sure. So let's set that aside. We have these two to deal with. We'll look at the Broncos and the Chiefs first. And if we have different team owners, here's what's going to happen, guys. I enter these things either left to right or top to bottom. So this card's kind of oriented both ways, but either way, whether I went left or top, Broncos would go in first, the 49ers would go into random second, and then I would hit random, or I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times won't count. It'll be the third and final random that will answer the question as to who ends up with it. So I don't know what I did there. I made a little like typo after somebody's name, didn't I? All right, so the 49ers, A. Arnold 76, and then the Broncos, Funko Hunter 12. So that means we are going to have to buzz over to random.org and get this one given away. And then after that, we'll do the same thing with the card that was the Cowboys and the Chiefs. All right, there's our first one, doesn't count. Second one doesn't count. Third and final one. And there you will see you've randomized 3 times. There's our date and time stamp, and that one is going to the 49ers. So I'm just going to circle that on the sleeve so I can remember it. Next, we're looking at a card with the Cowboys and the Chiefs. We may as well get this set back up. And then we're going to flip back over to our spreadsheet. And so the Cowboys, Logic Boy, and the Chiefs, Teen 1958. So yeah, we're going back to random. I kind of thought we might be, because they're not. I didn't notice a lot of people with multiple teams in this break when I was putting the spreadsheet together. So that usually means random is in play. Once again, guys, first 2 are not going to count. So ignore this one, ignore this one. Here's our third and final. And you'll see randomized 3 times, our date and time stamp. And that one is going to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, let me get us back to here. And now we can recap our Contenders Optic. And we'll take a look at our numbered stuff just because it's nice and there's plenty of it. So these are all of our numbered parallels that we pulled in this break. And once again, if you did not pull a card in here, you are still going to be sent something. And it will go out when the rest of the break ships. So you can look for it to go out on or about Saturday. Maybe a little bit sooner if I can work it in. This round numbers was awarded to the Kansas City Chiefs by way of random.org. It's numbered to 49. This one was awarded to the 49ers by random.org. It is numbered to 75. We had a redemption for the 49ers. It's an open edition, C.J. Beathard, so it's not going to be numbered when you do get it. And then here are our hits that came out of the box. The Jets' Chad Hansen was not numbered. Zay Jones, Rookie of the Year Contenders Parallel is numbered to 25 for the Bills. And we have Nathan Peterman, that's hard signed unnumbered. Chad Kelly is numbered to 75 for the Broncos. Beautiful Leonard Fournette, hard signed and numbered to 25. That's just an awesome hit for the Jags. Really, really nice. For the Ravens, Tyus Bowser. That one is open edition, not numbered. O.J. Howard for the Bucks, open edition, unnumbered. And then we have Wise for the Patriots. That is also open and unnumbered. And then a hard signed Corey Davis for the Titans, also unnumbered. And if you should happen to want a magnetic one-touch case for that Leonard Fournette or for anything else that you pull for that matter, most of you have bid with me before. You kind of know the drill. But if someone hasn't bid with me before, I'm always happy to do that. It's at my cost for the case and the PayPal fees, etc. Unless it's a weird size case, it's going to end up costing you $3. You would send me a message here in chat, or you could send me a message on eBay and I would take care of that and just send you a PayPal money request for the $3. That's how it would work if anybody wants one. So coming up next is our half case of Donruss Baseball, and you may as well settle in for a while if you're here for that one, guys. It is 8 boxes. It's going to be a lot of cards. We're probably talking 1,500 cards or something. It's going to be a tremendous amount of stuff. And yeah, so that again, anticipating to ship on Saturday the 10th. And there's really no way that there's any teams that are going to not pull anything in this break. So you can ignore that part because everybody's going to have cards in this massive break. So this is a brand new case. It just came out today. There are 16 boxes in the case, so I will take all 16 boxes out. I will number them on the end, and then random.org will be used to determine which 8 boxes we open tonight and which 8 we open on Saturday night for the back half of the case. So, of course, it ended today, the 7th of March, and we're live streaming it the 7th of March. And we have, of course, our team names on the left, our winning bidders across from it there on the right-hand side. And you know one thing that I forgot to list, and I didn't realize it until I was at the hobby shop today, and I bought a few packs of this to open up myself just to kind of get a look at the product. And yeah, I forgot to list a spot for Team USA Baseball. Which means I also don't have a spot for Team USA Baseball listed on the break that is Saturday night. But I think I can go in there on Friday and just do a one-day listing and put in a spot for Team USA. I just forgot that Panini had Team USA in Donruss. And that's why I didn't manage to get a spot listed for it. Toby, I did not see what you typed. I see that you retracted something, but I don't know what you typed because I didn't. I'm taking these boxes out and I didn't look down in time to see it. So can you type again whatever it was that you were asking me? Unless you were saying something mean to me, and then don't type it again. If you're being mean to me, you don't have to type it again. I don't think you were, though. I was just kind of kidding, right? Just a little joke there, Toby. It's been a long day, right? I got to keep myself amused somehow. Football jersey, yes, it was Todd Gurley for the Rams. It surely was. I pretty much always break in the order that they end on eBay, and the memorabilia is almost always going to be first up on any given night because it's so quick, right, in relation to everything else. So almost, I'd say 99.9% of the time, memorabilia is going to be the very first thing opened in any break, whether it's a jersey or a mini helmet or a full helmet or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. All right, so all 16 of our boxes are out. All 16 of our boxes are numbered. So as I mentioned a moment ago, we're going to use random to pick out the 8 that we open tonight versus the 8 that will be opened on the back half of this case, which I think is Saturday night. So I'm just going to hit random one time because there's, 16 items. There's no need to do this multiple times. And whatever the first 8 boxes are that come out or come up, those will be the ones that we open this evening. All right, so here we go. 14, 7, 15, 8, 5, 13, 10, and 2. Oh, good grief, I'm never going to remember that. All right, I got to write that down. I have to write that down in some kind of order I can remember here. All right, so that's 2, 5, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm missing one. What am I missing? Oh, 10. I'm missing 10. So 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to retain that, but yeah, I still kind of tried to jot it down too because my poor little brain, tell you what, it was fried after last night trying to figure out what in the world was going on with that YouTube mess. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get that video to upload because, I probably wouldn't have stayed up that late working on it except for the fact that Viking Breaks, who was in there, who came and watched, was one of the ones who came and watched the break over on Breakers. And he said, well, even with that other error, I think you'll be able to get the video uploaded because it should be 2 separate processes. So I just kept thinking, well, there's got to be something I'm doing wrong. Why can't I make this part work? So I stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning until I finally gave up. And of course then, well, I did reach the guy in chat somewhere along the way, and he said he didn't think that was part of it, but it could be, and he'd turn in a ticket for it, you know, blah, blah, blah. But at least the chat guy did give me the workaround for if it happened again. Thank goodness, because the first time I tried to launch it tonight, I got the same API error, but oh, I was ready tonight. Yeah. That's the first time I'd ever had that happen. It was really bizarre. But hey, we live and learn. So each one of these boxes has a mountain of cards in it. And it's going to have a whole lot of inserts and a whole lot of base and 3 hits per box. And our hits per box can be either autographs or memorabilia or some combination thereof. So we got all kinds of stuff happening in here. And anything we find for USA Baseball, well, I forgot to list a bidding spot for it for tonight, as I said. So there you go. So USA Baseball stuff has no home. For Saturday, I will go in, I guess, Friday night probably, and put in a one-day auction for USA Baseball. I don't know if there are hits in here for it or if it's just numbered inserts or what it is, so we'll probably get a feel for it as we go along tonight. See what we can find. All right, guys, so we're going to kind of, you know, like I said, it's about a 1,500 card break. So for the most part, we're going to buzz right on through this stuff. And we also have the joy of Panini turning our cards 1,700 different ways in one pack. Kyle Farmer is our first hit out of this box, and that is on the Signature Series for Los Angeles. So here's what's going to happen, basically. If no one objects, the ones that are upside down, we're just going to leave them upside down unless they're an insert or a numbered something or something that we want to take a better look at. If it's not anything super interesting, I'm probably just going to flip right on through it and leave it upside down. If you guys want something done differently than that, jump into chat and say so, and I'll flip every one of them the right way up. But most of the time, you guys are on the same page I am, as in we don't want to take till 4 a.m. This is to 999, a long ball insert, JD Martinez. Brandon, all cards ship for all of my breaks. The only, if there's ever an exception to that, it's going to say so in the listing description. And it would be right in the same area where it says, you know, X number of boxes of whatever it is that we're opening. And unless you see that in a listing at some point, then it's going to be all card ship, which is the standard. So I don't really do too many exceptions to those sorts of things, because usually people like to get all the cards. So it is not fun to sort them, and it is not fun to ship them when there are this many in a break, but I usually do it. That is to 500 on the Cody Bellinger. But yeah, there are so many different, I mean, there's hardly even what I would call a base card in Donruss Baseball, because almost everything they put is an insert of some sort. They're very insert happy. Aaron Judge for the Yankees, a little Andrew McCutchen. Of course, he's traded and gone, but for that moment, when they made that card, he was still there. We have a relic to 99 for Corey Seager. So the Dodgers with a little player used relic. It doesn't say game worn, but it says player used. And of course, there's tons and tons and tons of Ohtani in Donruss Baseball. I don't know how much you all looked at any of the marketing materials that they released or any of the stuff that Panini showed with Ohtani when he was signing. But man, they've got lots of stuff for him in here, both inserts and autographs and a large variety. So I hope that somewhere in this case, we're going to hit some of that. One would hope, as much as there is, you would think, but yet you never know. Sometimes they make life difficult. A little black and white one, Jose Abreu, doesn't appear to be numbered. That's the first black and white one I've seen, though. I didn't see any of those today when I was opening the packs at the hobby store, so that's why I wanted to take a minute and see if it was numbered. There's a Victor Robles rated rookie. We'll find a bunch of those. Diamond Kings inserts. Like I said, there's 1,000,001 different inserts in these things. A Jim Palmer. Yeah, I guess those are not going to be numbered. I thought maybe, but wow. Okay, so Los Angeles might as well have just had the whole box, right? Because here is Tracy Thompson, and that was Tracy Thompson, Corey Seager, and the first one was Kyle Farmer. So there's a whole box of hits all going to one place. How about that? That is not too good a sorting there by old Panini, is it? Not in that box, anyway. Little Alex Verdugo rated rookie. Yeah, Bryce, the black and white are yes, of course, they're variations. I was just not sure if they were numbered, but after we flipped a couple of them and neither of them were numbered, I think it's probably safe to say it's not going to be numbered. There's Raphael for the Red Sox on a rated rookie base. The Commerce Comet. See, they've got the nickname is one of the whatever you want to call them. You can call them a variation. You can call it an insert. You can call it a number of things, but that is one of the many inserts or variations that we will find in Donruss Baseball because they have loaded it up with that. I guess they just figure that it's more stuff to chase since they don't have any. I mean, I shouldn't say they don't have any high-end stuff because depending on what we pull, there definitely could be some of the stuff we hit could be high-end, but they definitely have a lot of chase in here. American Pride. This is going to be a USA Baseball to 349, John Olson. So, yeah, we all know the story there. I forgot to list the category. Sorry. I really didn't realize that there was going to be a lot of USA Baseball in here until I saw a bunch of it today. Because the guy that owns the store was also opening packs alongside me so we could just kind of get a feel for the product. And so I was like, ooh, yeah, should have listed that category. There is a rated rookie, Brandon Woodruff. But I should know better. Panini always puts USA Baseball and stuff. There's another black and white George Brett, and again, those are not numbered. At least none have been so far. So I'm gonna operate on the assumption that they are not going to be numbered. But I would like to know why in the world they can't just put all the cards going in the same direction. San Diego Chicken. I love the San Diego Chicken. That will go to the Padres. If anybody wants to know where the San Diego Chicken goes, San Diego Chicken's going to the Padres. Michael Fulmer is to 199 for the Tigers. Somebody got into a big, heated debate with me probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago, something like that, about the San Diego Chicken. This is Ahmed Rosario for the Mets. And they did not think that the San Diego Chicken should be given to the San Diego Padres. They thought it should be given out by way of random. I was like, but the San Diego Chicken was always the mascot for the Padres. So, what, that would be like if Mr. Red came up for the Cincinnati Reds or Mr. Met came up And you said, I'm going to give it to random instead of giving it to the Reds or the Mets. And they were like, no, he can't. You have to. I mean, it turned into this whole big thing over the San Diego Chicken. I was like, oh my gosh, no. San Diego Chicken goes to San Diego Padres. And see, now look at Bryce trying to stir it up there. He's in chat saying that he wants the San Diego Chicken to go to the Reds because the San Diego Chicken did the baseball bunch with Johnny Bench. Nice. I didn't even remember that, Bryce. You are doing well, man. You're reaching way back to remember that. There's another rated rookie. But I don't know. I just thought that was the strangest sort of argument in general, that the San Diego Chicken should not go to the Padres, and like got upset about it. The person did. This is Bryce Harper to 249 Elite Series insert for the Nats. But, you know, I guess he happened to be a big chicken fan. I guess. I don't know. And Paul Goldschmidt, out of this world insert, numbered to 349 for the D-backs. And that's a nice little Rhys Hoskins base rated rookie. We'll probably find a whole bunch of those going through. And we have Jose Altuve, numbered 232. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I think it's weird, though, that they say professional batting totals. I mean, I guess that's just what it should say. I don't know. You don't really ever think of one saying professional batting totals. So nice little Jose Altuve to 32. I thought I had turned that the right way, but I guess there was just the one card facing the other way. I should have left it. Gary Sanchez, 283 for the Yankees. Well, how did they come up with 283? I mean, what is that? I don't understand some of those interesting things. There's a nice little Aaron Judge in his All Rise when they, over that, what holiday was that? When they wore was it a holiday? Well, it was that weekend when they all wore the nickname jerseys. I just can't remember what weekend it was, but you all know which one I'm talking about. That's also where the nicknames will come in when they when they have them at the top of the card, like we saw on some. But that was a nice little Aaron Judge on the back of his shirt there. Chance Sisco. So, hey, we have an extra hit in this box, right? Yeah, we're still in box 1. And we've already had 3 hits. So, hey, we got a bonus. Cool. To 99. And look at that. It wasn't for LA. Our bonus card was for the Orioles. So, see, somebody at Donruss felt bad about loading the box up for one team, and then they threw us in an extra little hit there. How about that? Was it just called Players Weekend, Bryce? Wasn't it like over a holiday? Wasn't it over a something else besides just like, Players Weekend? Maybe not. But for some reason I thought it was associated with something else as well. But anyway, you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. You know the weekend in question. And there's our empty box. No, it was just called Players Weekend? All right, then. I don't know why I'm thinking it was also tied to something else. Lack of sleep, I guess, right? All I know is I want to find some Ohtani. That's all I know. We need to see him on something. We didn't pull him out of the first case of Heritage anyway, but of course he's in there as a short print regardless in Heritage, so It's not like he's going to be super easy to pull right now. And apparently, I may have mentioned this before, but I can't remember for sure if I did. But he's going to be in Heritage High number 2. So he's, of course, in as a pitcher in Maine Heritage, which is out right now. J.P. Crawford rated rookie. And then, there's another Judge All Rise. And then he's going to be in Heritage High as a batter, designated hitter. Oh, the hits in the first box. Guys, can anybody remember what it was? It was all LA except for the last one, which was Chance Sisco at Baltimore. I do recap them at the end of the break as well, but I'm trying to remember. It was 2 relics and an autograph, but can anybody help me out and remember who they were for? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, that's not the right sleeve. Got to get I need to just lay some thick sleeves out too, and that'll make life a little bit easier. And then still yet, if I would turn them the right way. So for the Nats, we have a promising pros player used material, Pedro Severino. Oh, thank you. Somebody, you guys are so much better at remembering that stuff than I am, which I'm just the worst. I retain it long enough to say it, and then I kind of just goes right out of my head. Unless it's like a 1 of 1 or something. Francisco Lindor to 149. But definitely, you'll be able to get another look at it, Jason, when I recap it at the end. If you want to check them out, but we were just laughing because it was all, like, we're only supposed to have 3 hits per box, and all 3 hits came out for LA. I was like, what in the world? And then all of a sudden, right at the last pack, there was an extra hit in there, 4th hit. All right, let's stop and see what we've got up to this point. Andahar rated rookie. Another little Mickey Mantle. They're going to have Mickey Mantle, of course, and everything. They signed him to that deal last year, which is the first time he'd been away from Topps forever. Well, they didn't sign Mickey Mantle. He's dead, but they signed his family to the deal. This is 258 Corey Seager. So, of course, they started putting him in stuff last year, and now they're really working him in this year. Another USA Baseball, this one to 999. Wow, there's his full name, Marcus Lynn Betts. I did not know that Mookie Betts' full name was Marcus Lynn Betts. See, we learned something today. I like that. New York 12th Judicial District. That's pretty cool. All right, so I'll give them props. Some of their inserts and things are kind of fun, for sure. Another rated rookie, Rhys Hoskins. Several of those that we've seen already. Mr. Smile. I'm not sure what I think about this kind of little wavy pattern of lines down there at the bottom. Looks kind of like it should be a music note or something. I don't really know what that is. I don't know about that. That's probably my least favorite part of that card design. These don't bother me as much, the little white ones, but the yellow ones, for whatever reason, they kind of, I don't know, not as much of a fan. Another black and white George Brett. Nice little Ozzie Albies rated rookie. followed by an Ozzie Albies numbered to 354 for the Braves. And someone is telling me something here. Hang on a second. Jason says if the baseball on the back is dark, it's a short print. We had a clear back already. The clear back came out, I set it aside when we pulled it, but where did I put it is the question. Because I put it in a sleeve. I thought I set it right there. But we did have a clear back come out already. Just where did I put it is the question. I thought that I put it right there with the rest of our stuff, but yet now I don't see it. Well, I'll have to try and find it a little bit later, but we did have a blank back that came out early on, like out of the very first box we opened. Eddie Matthews. Man, Bryce, you are good, man. You are good about remembering that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I caught it, and I did get it in the sleeve. I thought I had set it with our other stuff to recap, but now I don't see it over there, so I must have stacked it in with the other cards somewhere along the way. Adam Wainwright to 199 for the Cardinals. But it shouldn't be too hard for me to find because I know I put it in a sleeve, and most of the cards stacked over there are not in a sleeve, so I'll be able to pull it out. Actually, why don't I just look for it right this second, and maybe I can get it out. And yeah, there it is. See? I knew it'd be easy to find because we had it in a sleeve, and it was. So, but the baseball on the back being dark, I did not know that was a thing. So I will make sure and try to keep an eye for that when I'm sorting as well, because I sort from the back often, not always, but often. So I'll try to remember to look for that. Another black and white on the Jose Abreu. Cal Ripken, Iron Man to 199. Orioles, of course. And Aaron Judge, Diamond Kings inserts. Oh, here we go. Here comes Mr. Ohtani. I was hoping it was going to be numbered at least. It's not numbered, but you know what? At least we have one, and it's a parallel, and that makes me happy that we have it. So it's a good way to start. We got a ways to go. We need to find a signature. We need to find a numbered one, but at least we have one. So Angels, you have something on the board for Ohtani so far. Little Clint Frazier rated rookie. Oh, nice. Rhys Hoskins coming out for the Phillies. Very nice. Signature series. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Jason, for letting me know that, because I did not know that about the baseball being dark on the back and being equal to a short print. Had not heard that anywhere. Of course, I'm also not as used to looking for as much short print stuff with Panini, because really that's kind of more what Topps does than Panini. So I guess I'm more in the habit of focusing on that with the other brand than here. So yeah, that's definitely good info to have. I appreciate it for sure. You guys can always jump in and tell me stuff like that, because you know me, sometimes I miss stuff, especially the first time I'm looking through something, because I'm still kind of fanboy, fangirl myself, and looking at sometimes don't see the, what is it, you don't see the forest for the trees. Yeah. Mookie Betts to $9.99 on the Dominator insert. So sometimes that happens to me, especially the first time I'm going through a product. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners to 500 For a minute, I thought that said 508, and then I was just going to freak out because they have such weird numbering system in here anyway, and I'm like, if that is to 508, that's just going to be silly. But it wasn't. It was straight 500. Oh, Joe Morgan. Wow. Flashback. Dominic Smith, rated rookie. Chris Flexen, rated rookie. Black and white Jim Palmer. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our third box that we're tearing into right now. But did we get, well, see, we only got 2 hits out of the last box. So out of the one box, we were supposed to get 3, we got 4. Out of the last box, we were supposed to get 3 and we got 2. So there comes Panini's old friend on average, because we only got 2 in the last box. That's kind of a drag. So there I was thinking we were going to be a hit ahead, and in fact, we turned out just breaking even after being shorted a hit in box number 2. Yet another reason to break them in large quantities so that it does even out along the way. So besides this case, which of course we're starting tonight and we will finish on, I think it's Saturday night. If it's not Saturday, it's Sunday, but I think it's Saturday night. We have one more case of this, which will probably break again as a half and a half sometime next week. And then we, of course, have a handful more cases of Heritage that I'll be breaking over the next 7 or 8 days as well. That's to 500 on the Cole Hamels. Because we really don't have anything coming out next week. The only release is opening day. That's like the 500th George Brett black and white we have seen. And I don't break opening day, so we won't be breaking that, but we have plenty of other stuff to keep us busy. And then our next major release will be Gypsy Queen, which I think is the 21st. This is to 999 Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. So I think probably between Donruss Baseball and what we have left of Heritage, I'm not even going to set that Jim Palmer aside because it's seriously like the 500th one we've seen. Yeah, I think we should have enough to have us still opening baseball until we get to Gypsy Queen, or pretty close to it. Nice little signature series at Victor Robles for the Nats. Nice hit. And that was our first one out of this box. I had to think about that a minute. Oh, Rod Carew. Wow, I haven't seen that in a long time for the Angels. Or haven't. I mean, they put Rod Carew in things periodically, but just, I don't know. It's not one you see super often. This one might be, let's see, is that what you're talking about? A dark baseball? No, these are all dark baseballs on the back. So I thought that might be a short print, but I don't know. But they all have the dark baseball on the back. All these ones I just flipped over. I know they're not all short prints, so I don't know. I don't know what that means. Well, maybe it was, though, because see these, I don't know. How can that be, though? These can't all the, excuse me, all the dark baseballs can't be short prints. That would make like everything a short print. Or half of them short prints. Huh. All right, well, maybe they have that many short prints, but that would seem counterintuitive, but it's not to say that they don't. Yeah, okay, so you're saying that is it, and there are a lot of them. Yeah, there were, because that was like half the pack were the dark baseball. It's crazy. Bryce said that he will gladly trade 499 black and white George Brett's for a single George Brett autograph. He's in here, isn't he, Bryce? I mean, his auto. I took a quick little peek at the checklist, but I don't remember everything that I saw on it. Because that was also in the middle of the night last night while I was waiting in the chat queue. American Pride. This is another USA Baseball to 999. Jake McCarthy on that one. Frankly, I was amazed I found anybody at all last night. And it wasn't anybody with YouTube. I couldn't find any help there, but I just thought, you know, I'm going to go to the people that make the software I use and see if they have any information on it. And I guess everybody else had the same idea because it was a big, long chat line. Here's another blank back or clear back, I think you guys called them. I was just calling it a blank back. But anyway, that is our second one so far, so they must be more than one per case because we've already found 2 and we're only 3 boxes in. So I like everything about these cards except those yellow lines. I don't like those yellow lines across the bottom of the ones. I don't really know what the deal is. I don't know what their purpose is. They kind of bug me a little bit. Yeah. Bryce typed in chat that it's 1 per case on average. Haha. Exactly. Panini does do everything on average. I don't think they've ever put out a product that doesn't say on average somewhere on the materials. Like, except maybe Archive Signature Series because it only has 1 card in there and it's an autograph card. That might be the only thing I've ever seen that doesn't say on average. And if I read it all, it probably said it on there somewhere too, crazily enough. Here's a little Francisco Lindor Gold to 99 press proof. Oh, you're saying the yellow lines were retro to 1984. Okay. Well, I have to tell you, I do not remember those lines from 1984. But then again, I really had gotten out of collecting by then for the most part, and I didn't get back in it till way many years later. So here's another Ohtani. This insert is Foundations, and it is numbered to 349. So a couple of Ohtani inserts so far, one numbered, this one. So yeah, I just didn't remember those crazy yellow lines. Brandon is asking me if there are buybacks in this product. As far as I know, there are not. I believe Topps is the only one that really does those buybacks with any regularity. Another Rhys Hoskins rated rookie. I don't really remember Panini doing buybacks in any of the stuff like this, but it's not to say they haven't, but I don't remember it. Another Jose Abreu black and white. San Diego Padres with a promising pros relic. Jose Rondon. I probably should have said this before, but if someone's watching live and you hear me going back and forth with folks in chat and you cannot see the chat, 2 things. 1, I believe you have to be logged into YouTube to see and participate in chat. And 2, if you happen to be watching on a mobile device, like a tablet or your phone or something like that, I think you have to click on that little link at the bottom that says you want to see the desktop version. And when you do that, it'll bring out the chat. I do not believe it says anything about buybacks on the box, but oh, maybe it does on the end. Yeah, it does. Look for, that's hilarious. I'm sitting here looking at the end of the boxes and didn't even notice that. It says look for buybacks of classic Donruss originals. Sure does. How about that? Huh. I don't ever remember that being in here before, and I never, sitting right there looking at the end of the box, never even noticed that until you said it. That's so awful. I don't know. I was looking at the top of the box, right, where it tells you what the hits are. I never even looked at the end. So good call there, Jason and Brandon. This is numbered to 999, long ball JD Martinez. I really don't ever remember them doing buybacks before, though. Did I blank out on it? Did they do it and I just don't ever remember it? This is to 500 Eddie Matthews, the Brewers. I don't even remember seeing it in the sales materials. Of course, those were a while back. They send those out when it's time to order, so that's been a few months ago, but I don't even remember them talking about buybacks in that. Mr. Benintendi to 25 with the kind of hot pink border there. Mother's Day, or breast cancer awareness, actually, is why it's pink. I'm just used to Mother's Day and Father's Day, but again, that's tops. That is actually breast cancer awareness, that hot pink. I've seen a lot of Eddie Matthews in here for some reason. Some Hall of Fame All-Stars to 199, Ozzie Smith and Ryne Sandberg. So, guess what? Yeah, we have to set that aside because it's got two different teams on it. And we'll have to use random.org to award that at the end of the break. So this is box number 4 that I'm opening right now. So when I finish this box, we'll be at the halfway point once we look through this one. Oh, was there a Wade Boggs, George Brett multi-team earlier? All right, well, we'll do this. I mean, we're going to do basically the same thing anyway, where they're going to be awarded either left half of the card, right half of the card. So, you know, whatever we do for the Hall of Fame All-Stars card that I set aside, if we find any other multi-team cards in here that I have stacked in with the regular stuff, the same thing will apply. So if it comes up, you know, right, I would sort it to whatever team was on the right. If it comes up left, it'll be sorted to whatever team's on the left, that kind of thing. Clayton Kershaw to 99, Dodgers. Somebody asked him about something about pitching against Ohtani or something about Ohtani today, and and he said his response was, I think, was literally, "I could care less. Good luck to him." It's like, oh boy, smack down. Josh Donaldson to 500 for the Jays. But he did, there's another Jim Palmer, but he did let them know right up front that he did not care to discuss Ohtani, basically. There's another Chris Bryant. We saw one of those earlier, black and white Chris Bryants. Another black and white Rod Carew. Yeah, I think it's just easier on the ones that are multi-teams like that when there are lots of them. if there were only one, you know, we could do it by team. But since you've already seen at least one more that I must have stacked in the regular cards, and I'm sure we're going to find more as we go along, it just becomes easier and more to do right or left. And that way, if I do find some others when I'm sorting, we don't have to worry about where are they supposed to go kind of things. So that's typically what I do with inserts like that. And in Heritage, you know, where we find like the National League leaders and the American League leaders, and there are 3 different teams on there. I just do right, left, middle, or actually left, middle, right is the way I put it in. Long ball for the Rockies, Nolan Arenado to 999. There's some nice looking inserts in here. Buster Posey for the Giants to 225, I think that says. I think the Giants ought to be pretty good this year. I mean, because they brought in Evan Longoria and they brought in McCutchen, and of course they already had a decent lineup. So I think the Giants should be pretty good this year. Unlike my poor Cincinnati Reds, probably are not going to be. Yeah, so we'll have to do something with this too. 3-team card, which will, of course, that will be a left, middle, right type scenario. Or maybe what we'll do is just top and bottom using the team names off the back. Top, bottom, or top, middle, bottom, as the case may be. But anyway, same basic theory. So what have we found out of here yet? Just the relic? Or was that relic in the last box? Can't even think which came out of which. Herrera numbered to 199 for the Phillies. Oops, that is not the right sleeve. We'll try that again with the correct size. Yeah, there's another dual. Another USA Baseball 349. Mejia for the Twins. Promising Pro Materials. I kind of wish they would have it a defined number, as in 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia, or 1 autograph and 2 memorabilias instead of 3 either-ors. I don't know why the either-ors bug me, but they kind of always do. Not just in this product, in any product. I don't like it when it's an either or. I like to know what to expect when we open a box. Another Victor Robles rated rookie base. Benintendi black and white. Joey Votto? No, who is that? Oh, it's Albert. Isn't that funny? Sometimes without their hats on, it's hard. I have to stop and think for a minute. Who's who? So used to seeing them with hats on. Paul Molitor. Wow, for the Blue Jays. That's a pretty cool hit. And it's numbered to 25 at that, no less. It's actually, I think that's a really cool hit myself. I know sometimes people are just chasing the rookies, but I like Paul Molitor. I think that's nice. And to 25 even. Bryce, I am surprised as well out of that first case of Heritage. I definitely expected that we would have had a few more autographs in that first case than what we did. It was very relic heavy for sure. And sometimes they roll that way, you know, and we may open the next case and it could be half autographs, but I expected that it would have been a little bit more than that, but then again, that's kind of the difference between, or one of the points of difference between Topps and Panini is, you know, Topps has so many short prints and variations that are, I mean, not the same type as we have here. Obviously, we've got a lot here. We've probably got so many here that it somewhat devalues them to a certain extent, depending on what the insert is. That's to 496 for Sano. On the other hand, with Topps, as you well know, you can pull a nice short print with no autograph and no relic on it and end up making more money than you'd make on a lot of autograph cards. So it's just kind of a point of difference in the two, because I think Topps, the way they do their short prints is maybe a little, is preferred more by collectors. We'll say it like that. Out of This World, Aaron Judge to 349. Whereas I think a lot in the Panini products, you tend to more make your money on the autos and the relics and not as much on the short prints. That's basically what I was trying to say. It just took me a really long time to get it out and didn't make much sense trying to say it. Not a great shock, is it? That it took me a while to get it out. I know. So sad. I'm going to have a mountain of boxes and wrappers over here to clean up. It's going to be like Mount Everest after this break. And right away we have a relic for the Twins, Tyler Duffy. Promising Pros. I seem to have all of my thick card sleeves stored upside down or something. Let's see. It happened to me the other day too. I don't know what I've got going on there. Dominator to 9.99, Max Scherzer. Eddie Matthews to 500. Told you, there's a lot of Eddie Matthews in here. A lot of Eddie Matthews in here. All-Star infielders. The was like, every time I decide to flip the whole stack, it will have just been one card that was going the opposite direction. And then I will have flipped them all upside down. All right. Some more Hall of Fame All-Stars over there. Another numbered Cole Hamels. This one is to 120. That Cole Hamels out of the holiday box was, Topps holiday box, was a super short print this year, wasn't it? Is that why Cole Hamels is sticking out to me? I think it is. Another Chris Bryant. Those all, they seem to come in a group like that every time, don't they? Because it's Chris Bryant, then was Mickey Mantle, then Rod Carew. They seem to kind of go like in a clump when they come out. Those three. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but that's how it seems. Electric battery mates. This is to 199. I don't even get that. What does that even mean? Electric battery mates. I don't get it. There's something I'm missing there, and as soon as somebody says it, I'm going to be like, oh, why did I not catch that? But yeah, I don't get it. It's like 90s Topps and Stadium Club. Yeah, there are definitely some patterns in the collation. I think you are right about the inserts anyway. That's how it seems to me to be coming out. I mean, we'll see as we go farther in if I'm just imagining it or if they're really coming out in groups like that, but it seems like they are. Out of This World Ozuna, 349. Oh, and updated for the Cardinals. Cool. Nice little Victor Robles rated rookie numbered to 250 for the Nationals. I just stacked in the wrong spot there. Ian Happ to 500. Cubbies. Another Jose Abreu. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see, Bryce, how the other cases of Heritage shake out in terms of number of autograph versus relic. If that was just an unusual one or if they're kind of that way this year. So no, we'll have a better feel for it, I guess, after we crack into the next one. I think I've got 3 more here, 3 or 4 more here, 3 more, I think. I believe that's right. Of Heritage, I mean. Only bought 2 cases of Donruss baseball in total because there's so many cards. And there's so many boxes. And they do these weird case sizes. Why do they have to do these 16 box cases? Do a normal 12 box case, man. So we're not doing 1,500 cards in a break. Hey, a nice little Benintendi relic for the Red Sox. Cool. You think the other cases are going to be 2 to 3 per? That's kind of what I would have. That's kind of what I expected out of this last case. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a full split half and half, but I really thought we'd probably find 3 to 4. I was kind of surprised when we just had the one and everything else was a relic. Another USA Baseball to 999. And again, I'll put up a bidding category for that for the Saturday night when it just won't go up until Friday. It'll be a one-day listing, and I'll slide it in there probably right at the start of the break. Paul Goldschmidt to 149 for the D-backs, in case somebody wants the Team USA stuff. Probably they won't, but you never know. Somebody might. Ooh, is this going to be a nice little Alex Verdugo signature? Yeah, it is. Oh, nice. It's a very, very tiny little signature there, kind of with all that space. It's a sticker auto, but nice little hit there on the Verdugo. Right out of the last pack even. We were saving that last hit out of that box for sure. Yeah, you're right, Bryce. The Dodgers are kind of crushing this break in terms of the number of hits coming out. They have had an unusually high amount for the one team come out so far. Mainly because of that first box. I mean, good grief. 3 of them in the first box. It was insane. Craziness, I tell you. Mound Marvels, Justin Verlander to 999. Noah Syndergaard to 99, press proof gold. So the Mets with a little insert. Clint Frazier rated rookie base went by, as did a Rhys Hoskins. Nicky Delmonico, for the White Sox. That's kind of cool little hit. He's going to be good, isn't he? I mean, isn't that the scuttlebutt? Am I thinking of somebody else? I don't think so. I think that's who I'm thinking of. Daggone. Didn't we just hit... Yeah, we've already hit Verdugo, Delmonico. Now we've got a third signature. This is an unexpectedly nice box. Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. French Connection. Nice. The old Expos. Oh yeah, I love it. You said don't worry, the next box will be short on it. Oh, come on now. Nick, I swear though, every time I see that I want to call you Jordan. I have to stop and process and think, wait a minute, that's not really Jordan. Yeah, okay, so you didn't get the electric battery either then. It wasn't just me, because I just don't get that. I don't know what electric battery mates means. I don't get it. Unless it has something to do with Battery Park. I guess that could be it. And then they're just trying to make it a play on words by saying electric battery, as in they're exciting or electric players. But, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that would be related to is Battery Park. And that's probably not even it, but I've had a hard time trying to figure out what that's supposed to be. To 204, Jose Altuve, because why number it to straight even 200 when you can make it 204? Gotta get another pack of sleeves. Oh, Bryce, was that your Delmonico? You got the White Sox? That was yours, man? Good. Motown Mashers. So, yeah, maybe. So, I guess that was all three of our... No, here's an extra hit. I was going to say all three of our hits for this box are going to be relics, or we're going to be autographs, but here's a fourth hit. It's a relic for Sano. So, oddly enough, another 4-hit box. So then we'll see if Nick is right, and then it ends up our next box is short a hit. No, you won't buy a division rival ever. Okay. All right, man. I didn't mean to send you down a bad path there. Paul Goldschmidt to 999. But I know what you mean. Like, I would be, I mean... Well, I just would never buy the Patriots in a break, and I wouldn't buy the Ravens in a break. I really probably wouldn't buy the Browns in a break. You know, I feel your pain on that one. Well, you know, everybody had been saying that Moustakas was probably going to go. And then I just kind of assumed after Eric Hosmer left that Mike would probably go too. Because, I mean, he's not going to want to stay on what probably is going to end up being a rebuilding team. So I kind of assumed that maybe that was going to be the case. This is 249. With the blue border and the little, I guess that is, again, a breast cancer awareness kind of ribbon up there in the upper corner. But they're doing the blue and pink like Topps does for Mother's Day and Father's Day. But anyway. Okay, this is just crazy. We're having a hot box or something here. This is Sean Manaea relic, and this is the 5th hit out of this box. We've had 3 signatures and 2 relics. So, obviously, we're in the midst of some little special box here. Which, again, I didn't even know that they had hot boxes mixed in here, but I guess they do. Aaron Judge to 149, All-Stars insert. Hey, we'll take the extra hits. As long as they want to dole them out, we will gladly take them, right? So then the question becomes, is there more than one hot box in a case? Does anybody know the answer to that? Cal Ripken, Orioles, 199. Another USA Baseball. I think all the USA Baseballs must just be numbered inserts, because I think if we were going to find relics or signatures, we probably would have found them by now. That's my guess. Well, you say doubtful and that you're a realist, but I don't know. I will say that a lot of the Panini products, like if you think back to Optic Baseball, for instance, they had multiple hot boxes per case in Optic Baseball. This is to 353 improbably for Mr. Benintendi, 353. So I definitely think it's possible. I mean, they do try to kind of juice up their products a little bit, I think, because obviously they don't have very many baseball products. So I think they try to kind of make them stand out a little bit. Because they have this, they have Diamond Kings, and of course National Treasures. But really Diamond King, Donruss, and Optic are their three main baseball products for majors. Of course they have... what do you call it? Elite Extra Edition for prospecting. Their equivalent to Bowman. And then, of course, they have NT. But for the most part, their standard line, if you will, of Donruss, Diamond Kings, and Optic, I think they try to juice up a little bit. I don't know if they have any different kind of restrictions. I mean, their deal is with the Players Association, MLBPA. So I don't know what kind of their terms are exactly. Harrison Bader for the Cardinals. I just know that in general they seem to try to have extra hits or more inserts. You know, they just seem to juice it up a little bit. It's been my observation anyway. Severino relic for the Yankees. But I guess it just all comes from whatever kind of deal they signed with the Players Association. Another Jose Abreu, white, black and white. And this is already our third hit out of this box. Brian Johnson. Oh, hey, a signed relic. Ah, cool. Promising Pros sticker auto and relic. Nice. Did I say Red Sox? I might not have said Red Sox, but it's Red Sox. Sorry. I got all sidetracked. Like, oh, yay, we got a relic that's signed. And, yeah. And then I'm also thinking, how did we find all three of our hits, like, so quickly? We still have half the box to go, but we've already seen them all. Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's all about their high-end stuff, of course. And I guess they have Flawless Baseball, too, don't they? I think they do, which is the highest of the high-end, higher than NT even, of course, but... We're right around the corner from National Treasures football. 21st, I think it is. And Flawless football is not far behind. Another out-of-this-world Ohtani. So we're about ready to wrap up the 2017 football season. So there's a couple of releases left to go, and then we'll be in Elite Draft before you know it. And then after Elite Draft will be Contenders Draft. And then we'll be off to the races with the new products after that for 2018 football. So maybe Flawless and National Treasures, I think, might be the last two. Obviously, Contenders Optic today, but I mean beyond that. To 99, All-Stars Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. But we are coming upon what I think is going to be another good rookie class in the NFL. This is to 253 for the Angels with the Mike Trout. In fact, I'm actually going to open both Elite Draft and Contenders Draft. And you guys know I don't normally open the collegiate products because they're just such a pain for sorting and everything, right? I mean, just everything about them, you have to do it differently because you can't really even sell it as the pro teams, especially the pre-draft products. So you have to do it by last name or some other way. And so I don't normally open Contenders Draft or Elite Draft, but break it. But because I think we're looking at a pretty good incoming class for the NFL, we're going to break it. And it starts coming out pretty soon. Promising Pros, David Paulino for the Astros. And I'm just losing track now, but isn't this an extra hit in this box too? Or am I still having the throwback from the other box? I think it's an extra hit in this box too. Jay Bruce to 199, Indians. Whew, my little kitty just went by, and that's going to be more information than you need, but he just went by and passed some gas, and oh, my goodness. He just about floored me, man. Like, if I weren't in the middle of this break, I would have to get up and go in another room because it was quite odiferous. It was, whew. Little kitty must have, I don't know, man. Like, I know what he eats because I feed him, but boy, that was evil. Now, see, there's our Chris Bryant, our Mickey Mantle, and our Rod Carew. So, see, they do come in little sets like that. I kind of suspected they did. Oh, you'll take all the Baker Mayfields. Hey, man, all you got to do is jump in there, bid on. I guess I'll probably do it by, same as we've been doing the multi-sport breaks. I'll just do it by last name, whatever. So it would be last name M would get you all your Baker Mayfields that we might pull. This is to 249, another USA Baseball. As I can't really think of any other realistic way to easily sort and deal with those draft products other than, you know, first letter of last name. So I think that's probably what we'll do. And I think I already had, even before I had really looked too much at who our incoming class was going to be, I had asked for Leaf Draft because I like the Leaf products. I think they're very nice. Usually you get good value for the money. So we'll have some Leaf to open. I think I might have even ordered some Leaf Football, which just comes in the blasters. But you know, each blaster has a couple of autographs in it. So I think I even ordered a case of the blasters for us to break to get some early autographs. To 540 on the Ryan Braun. Because honestly, sometimes just getting it early is the best thing you can do on the incoming class. So it's a $9.99 between Leaf Draft and the Leaf Football and Elite and Contenders Draft. We should have a pretty good opportunity to pull some nice early stuff. To 290 Jose Ramirez Indians. And really, I think that's the key on a lot of those early products is you just, depending on whether you're collecting for yourself or not, of course. This is to 291. Why 291? I don't even know. Nolan Ryan for the Rangers. Such strange numbering. But I think it's a good idea unless you're collecting for yourself on that early stuff. Just get it and flip it like right away. And typically the market's pretty hot on a lot of that early stuff. So those of you who do breaks to resell, which I know a lot of you do, not all of you, but many of you, buy and flip, man, on all that early stuff. If you go back and look, for instance, at some of the prices on, like, go back and look at, I guess you can't, eBay history doesn't go that far back, but you can probably remember back to the 16 products and before the draft. Paxton Lynch was a hot selling quarterback card, right? I mean, like, Paxton Lynch would have been one of the ones you would have wanted and made some decent money on in the early products of that season. Of course, we see how that turned out. But on the flip side, you could have bought some of the others pretty inexpensively in the beginning, which would now be worth a decent amount of money. So I guess the main thing is collect who you like in case it bottoms out on you. But if you're buying to resell, buddy, get it and flip it before the season starts. Hey, here is Eric Hosmer. We were talking about him earlier. Still in that Kansas City Royals uniform on this card. So that heads to the Royals. Well, it doesn't matter what uniform he's in, but it says Kansas City on it. So that's what matters. Oh, if you ever buy the Yankees, it's to flip. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these that are, you can make some money on, for sure. Eric, so I don't know how to say his last name, Fetty, maybe? It's for the Nationals, Donruss Signature Series. Oh yeah, you did get another relic, didn't you? I just sorted all that Heritage and shipped it out today. I didn't even remember what all was in there. That was another one with massive cards. This is to 999 Mound Marvels, Corey Kluber. But yeah, I just got Heritage out this evening, as a matter of fact, right before the post office closed, or shortly before. Oh yeah, the case of Heritage cards weighs a ton. The case of this is not exactly lightweight, but yeah, I think Heritage is a heavier card stock for sure. Than this, I mean. But yeah, I'm fortunate that I have one post office within a reasonable driving distance that stays open until 7 o'clock Monday through Friday, so I can get some late kind of stuff done for that. Now, they don't stay open late on Saturday. Diaz for Pittsburgh. Oh, nice. And it's the camo, number 299 for the Pirates. So it helps me that the one branch stays open until 7. I can get a lot more done in a given day with those extra couple of hours in there. Verlander Dominator to 149. And then I do have on Saturdays, they didn't tell me this. Like, I didn't learn this until recently. The post office that stays open until 7. They probably didn't want me to know this. Probably why I found out on my own. But their lobby closes on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. Okay, so it's later than most of them. Most of them close at noon, but this one will stay open until 3. So I mean, forever in a day, be running in there like at 5 minutes till 3, just trying to get as much out as I can on a Saturday. This is to 999 Charlie Blackmon All-Stars for the Rockies. And so then I later found out, quite by accident, when I got there one day, like with 2 minutes to go, and they had locked the doors early, and then they would not take my stuff, even though they saw me there with it. And, you know, like I could hold up my cell phone. I'm like, it is not 3 o'clock yet. It was literally like 2 minutes still, but whatever. The guy didn't want to take my stuff, so he locked the door because they saw me pull up with a bunch of stuff. That's the 353 for the Benintendi. So anyway, I later found out that they have a little drop thing in the lobby that fits packages that stays, that they pick up at 5 o'clock. So even though the lobby doors are locked, you drop it through in that little package drop place. It still gets scanned and taken out on Saturday up until 5, but they just don't tell you that because they don't want you to fill it up. But now that I know it, I fill it up. Tony La Russa for the Oakland A's, numbered to 99. Another one of our significant signatures, which of course our other one was Paul Molitor. So basically I've learned all the little post office tricks for the one that has the late hours so that I can maximize the amount of time I have to get stuff shipped. I know you would probably think I could do it faster, but man, it takes a long time. By the time you get everything sorted and then ready to ship, I mean, you can't just like slap it in a team bag and slap it in an envelope, right? I mean, it's got to be like properly prepped to ship on top of everything else. That is to 278 D. Gordon Mariners. But then the other part of it is, of course, I have to go back and look and see what no-hit teams everybody has for the break. And then include those cards. That's to 149 USA Baseball. So that probably adds, I would say most times when I'm shipping and sorting a break, it probably adds about 30 minutes by the time I go back and figure out what no-hit teams in the past somebody has, and then you can add probably another 20 minutes or so of rounding up the various cards and getting them included. So if I didn't have to do that, it would be faster too, but you know, we have to do that, so that's how it goes. George Springer to 199 Astros. World Series hero right there with, how many home runs did he end up with? 5 in the World Series, or was it more than that? It was a lot, anyway. We are closing in on the end of this. Took a little longer than I thought that it would, but I also probably went a little slower in the beginning too, because I was, you know, doing the little looky-loo myself, trying to get a good eye on what the product was. And of course we did have the other 2 breaks, which took a few minutes as well, so maybe it did take about as much time as I thought it would. That's to 199 for the Braves, Luis Gohara. Did you liked that? Cool, man. I'm glad that you did. I buy a lot of just different stuff. This is to 49, Jose Ramirez. And some of it is just stuff that, like you said, reminds me of when you used to buy stuff as a kid and things like that. So some of it I buy the wax packs for that, for the nostalgia factor, as you say. And sometimes it's, because you might find some good rookies in there, and sometimes it's more current stuff for the same reason. We might be looking for rookies or whatever, but yeah, I have a bunch of different things that I keep on hand for that, and then I just kind of dip in and grab some as I go along. So sometimes you might get the same type of pack a couple times, and then other times you might not see the same pack ever. You might get a totally different one the next time, because I don't really keep very good track of it. I just have them kind of all in a box, and when I see something I like, I add it to the stash of stuff to send out. And plus, I like the hobby store guy. He buys stuff from people sometimes, and then when he buys it from them, he will often ask me, hey, do you want whatever it is? And if it's something that I like or I think would be fun to open or whatever, I'll usually buy it. Okay, so we have these to do something with in random. These are our 3 teams. It's all the same card. It's Houston, St. Louis, and Cleveland. So here's what I'm thinking. Well, one of these is numbered, so I guess not. All right, so we will go ahead and I'll go to random. I'll enter it as Houston. No, I won't. I'll enter it as top, middle, and bottom, okay? In case there is another 3-team variation card that I somehow didn't catch and stack separately, and then that way it would cover that as well. So we'll enter top, middle, bottom for the random of that one. And that way, no matter what happens, if I did stack something elsewhere, it'll still be covered when I sort. So this is for the 3-team card. Oh, typo. All right, and we'll do this one 3 times because there's only 3 things in here. So there's the first one, the second one, here comes the third and final, and it goes to the middle team. So in this instance, right now, as far as I know, we just have the one card that is 3 teams, but it could be that there are some more somewhere that as I said, that I accidentally stacked out in the main cards, and if so, then it would apply to the middle as well. Of course, that's on the sleeve. That's not, on the card itself. It's on the sleeve. So this little stack of 3 players is going to go to St. Louis. All these are the same card. All going to St. Louis. Now we have a bunch of different cards here. Well, not a bunch, but a few different that are 2-team cards. So this one, we're just going to type in top team and bottom team for the same reason, in case there are others that I did not separate out when we were sorting. This would also cover them, and it will be the same format. We will do it 3 times, and the first 2 won't count. All right, so doesn't count, doesn't count, third and final does count. There it is, and it's going to the top team. And did I not switch over? Daggone it. I didn't switch your vision or your... I didn't switch it so you saw me do it, right? That's what happened. But I hadn't switched off of the thing yet, so you can still see it. I mean, there's the time stamp and the date and the 3 times and the order, so sorry about that. I usually bring you with me when I do it, and I accidentally didn't, but you can still see how it turned out. So in that case, I'm going to again mark on the one that's in a sleeve to serve as a reminder. So this card goes to St. Louis, this one Minnesota, Marlins, Cardinals, Red Sox, Cardinals, Twins, Reds. Although both of those were the Reds, and I don't know why I had them stacked there because they're both the Reds. But anyway, that would have gone to the Reds no matter what. All right, so that's how those are handled. If there are any other 2-team cards that weren't set aside, it'll go to the team that is listed first there on the top. And if there are any other 3 team cards, you know, obviously it will go to the team in the middle. We'll take a quick little flip through here. This is our stuff that is numbered, or our other parallels. I think all of this is numbered except maybe the Ohtanis. I think there might have been 1 Ohtani or 2 that weren't numbered that I set in here. This is one of them, out of this world. And everything else in here besides the 2 Ohtanis is numbered that you're seeing in this stack right now. There was the Ozuna, that's numbered. Oh, maybe that is, oh no, that's Aaron Judge. And there's a Foundations Ohtani. Oh, maybe that other Ohtani was numbered and I just didn't see it, because this one's numbered to 999. So maybe the other one was as well, and I just overlooked it originally. This one is the blank back, or clear back, as sometimes they are called. Okay, and I think we had, didn't we have another blank back, clear back? We did. I must have stacked it. Did I stack it somewhere else, or was it one of these? I must have stacked it somewhere else. Well, at any rate, you guys saw it go by, so you know if you saw it go by, you're going to get it when I sort it. Or is that it? Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. They are both in here. I just didn't flip the one over. It was, there's one, and there's the other one. So, our 2 blank backs. Then our hits, significant signatures, La Russa for the A's. And then the rest of these, I'm not going to read all these off unless they're particularly cool, like when we get to Paul Molitor, because I think that one's particularly cool. So a nice little mix of relics and signatures. And then, of course, the back half of this Verdugo's a nice one. There's our nice little Paul Molitor to 25, which I think is very cool. And then nice Victor Robles, a nice Rhys Hoskins, Chance Sisco. And there we go. So that is our hits recap for this. And of course, remember the back half of this we're opening up over the weekend. And just in case anybody is interested, if you're watching this on the tape delay and you missed any of the information, maybe you fast forwarded to the end to see the hits, I'll throw up real quickly the shipping schedule so that you will be aware of that. In case you find yourself here at a tape delay moment, fast forwarding. And we'll do a quick little run through of the stuff upcoming. Of course, tomorrow night we're busting into a new case of Heritage. Friday night, a brand new case of Select Basketball, full case. It comes out that day. Saturday, the back half of this Donruss baseball that we started tonight. Sunday finishes up a case of Prestige Basketball. And then Monday will be the back half of the Heritage baseball that we start tomorrow night. So that's what we're looking at in the days ahead, and that is all for tonight, guys. So as always, I thank you very much for breaking with me, bidding with me, chatting with me, and until next time, take care, have a good night. We'll see you soon.